quite like that. You always get people who get engaged on Christmas or Christmas morning. It happens. You see it on Instagram. Yeah. Every year you're going to see somebody who gets engaged. Yeah.
I got him a ring.
You got it.
What if you got him a ring?
Yeah, what if I proposed?
I don't think you should propose.
No, I don't.
Well, what if I did?
You'd say no. Oh, this one really made people pause mid-scroll, put the phone down for a second, then pick it right back up like, wait, did I actually see that right? Because out of nowhere, JoJo Siwa jumped on Snapchat and casually posted what looked like a full AI-generated bridal photo of herself. We're talking full veil, tiara sitting perfectly, diamonds everywhere, straight up wedding fantasy vibes. She posted the photo and wrote, "Call me wife," over it like it was just another regular update. And that's exactly why people froze, because nobody remembers an engagement announcement, a wedding invite, or even a quiet ring soft launch. The last public update anyone had was that she's dating Chris Hughes, and suddenly we're at wife captions and bridal visuals like 5 chapters got skipped overnight. No build-up, no warning, just straight to married core content. Naturally, the group chats exploded. People were asking, did JoJo get married in secret? Did we miss something major? Did Snapchat roll out a new filter that comes with a marriage license? The confusion was real and the timelines were spiraling. And before anyone could even settle on a theory, she doubled down. Because a few days earlier, JoJo had already posted AI images of her and Chris as a future family, kids included, super detailed, super intentional, and very on brand for her. Now listen, when it comes to JoJo, nobody was exactly shocked by how fast this escalated. If you followed her even a little, you know she does not believe in slow pacing. She jumps in, commits hard, and figures the rest out in public in real time with everyone watching. She's always been someone who lives loudly and loves loudly. One minute she's sharing one chapter of her life, and the next minute she's already emotionally moved 10 steps ahead. That's just how she operates. We've seen this before too. She publicly said she had a girlfriend. And not long after that, she was on Big Brother getting very close with a man. So while the internet was stunned, a lot of people were also like, oh yeah, this feels very on brand. Still, the timing raised eyebrows. The sudden jump from dating updates to full bridal fantasy had people questioning whether this was just playful content, future manifesting, or something deeper she's not ready to explain yet. Either way, it definitely got people talking, and that was kind of the point. So when she started talking about weddings and long-term plans this early, people weren't really confused anymore. It was more like, okay, here we go again. This felt familiar to anyone who's followed JoJo for a while. A couple of weeks ago, JoJo and Chris did an interview, and JoJo did not hold back at all. She straight up said that if Chris doesn't propose by the 7-year mark, she'll do it herself. No hesitation, no joking it off. She said it with her full chest. And yes, she even gave a year, a clear timeline, clear expectations, all laid out publicly. Once that clip dropped, the comments stopped focusing on JoJo and immediately shifted to Chris. One of the top comments said Chris had a look of pure panic the entire video and barely looked at her once. People replayed the clip frame by frame, pointing it out. Another comment went even harder, saying he wants out but wants to keep benefiting from JoJo's fame and money. Some viewers said the moment she mentioned proposing, he visibly stiffened and even pushed back, saying he didn't agree. According to them, he sounded fine when the idea was abstract. But once it felt real, his energy changed fast. Now, whether you agree with those comments or not, a lot of people noticed the same thing. Chris seemed relaxed when the conversation stayed light and hypothetical. But the second JoJo brought up timelines, expectations, and real commitment, his vibe shifted. He got quieter, less animated, less enthusiastic, like someone who just realized this conversation went from casual to serious in about 10 seconds. For some viewers, it wasn't cute or playful anymore. It felt uncomfortable, like one person was already mentally married while the other was still trying to catch up emotionally. And this reaction didn't come out of nowhere either. This isn't the first time the audience has felt uneasy about JoJo's behavior or pace. One of you left a comment that really stuck with me. You said, "I think she was forced to play a role as a child and now she doesn't know who or what she is." And honestly, that might be closer to the truth than people want to admit. JoJo didn't grow up choosing her own path, and that part gets skipped way too often. Her mom ran the career, the image, the brand, everything. From bows to music to TV appearances, her life was planned, packaged, and pushed from the moment she was a kid. When your entire childhood is basically scripted, there isn't much space to figure out who you actually are. Every move is decided for you, every choice already made. And then suddenly the cameras slow down, the child star era ends, and now she's an adult standing there like, oh, okay, now what? That's a huge identity shift. When the role you were cast in your whole life disappears, it leaves a real gap. For some people, that moment turns into slowing down and figuring things out quietly. For others, it's the opposite. They jump straight into the next big thing. Relationships, marriage, family, something permanent, something that feels solid when everything else suddenly isn't. And honestly, that explains a lot of the speed people are reacting to. Now here's where things get even more layered. JoJo has been very vocal about how her family feels about Chris, and not just he's nice or we like him energy. She's made it clear they are obsessed. Her mom loves him. Her dad is close with him. Her brother already treats him like he's been around forever. Like he's not just the boyfriend, he's already in the group chat, already part of the inner circle. And JoJo made a point to say that this level of approval from her family doesn't happen often. She basically said they don't usually warm up to people this fast, which makes this feel even more intense. So when you put it all together, the fast pace, the future talk, the family support, it starts to make more sense why JoJo is moving the way she is. Whether people think it's romantic or concerning, it's definitely not random. Which is interesting because it immediately pushed people to think about her previous relationship before all this. Before Chris, JoJo was dating Kath Ebbs, who is non-binary, and that relationship didn't last very long at all. It was about 3 months and it definitely didn't end quietly or smoothly. That breakup played out publicly, messy, and painfully, and it left a lot of people uncomfortable watching it happen. So now, when JoJo talks about how her family has never loved someone like this before, people instantly start reading between the lines. Fans started asking the uncomfortable questions. Did her family ever truly support her relationship with Kath? Or was it something they just tolerated until it blew up? Because the contrast between then and now is hard to ignore.
It has come to my attention in the past 8 hours that everything we sort of saw unfold on what I thought was a fake reality show where I didn't need to worry about the validity of my relationship was in fact laced in a lot of...
JoJo came out as pansexual back in 2021, and more recently she's described herself as gay. That shift, combined with how publicly her last relationship ended, left a bad taste for a lot of people watching from the outside. Over the years, some critics have accused her of leaning into LGBTQ+ labels when it worked for her image or helped her connect with a certain audience, then quietly moving on when it no longer fit the direction she wanted to go. Whether that's fair or not, that conversation has followed her for a while now, and this is where the rebrand enters the chat. Because right now, JoJo is clearly in a brand new era. She's changed her name on TikTok from JoJo to Joelle, which, yes, is actually her real name. That move felt very intentional, like her saying, I'm not the bow-wearing kid anymore, I'm grown, I'm serious, and I want to be seen as an adult. And honestly, that part makes sense. She's been trying to step away from the childhood version of herself that people still attach to her. The dance mom's image, the packaged persona, the character more than the person. Now she wants to be viewed as a real individual, not just a brand or a phase people remember from their screens. But when you combine that rebrand with the relationship speed, the family praise, and the sudden future talk, it's no surprise people are watching closely and questioning what's really behind it all. People grew up watching her, and that's part of the disconnect right now. You click her profile expecting something new, something fully grown, and the profile picture is still Dance Mom's JoJo. That kid version is still front and center, and maybe in her head, that image is so tightly tied to her audience and success that she feels like she can't fully let it go yet. Even with the name change, the internet hasn't forgotten anything. And let's be real, the internet never forgets, especially when you hand it fresh material. That just adds another layer to why people are still confused about who she's trying to be versus who she's presenting. Case in point, the Bette Davis Eyes cover. That moment really reignited the conversation. Because shortly after JoJo's version dropped, Kim Carnes, the actual legend who made that song iconic in the 80s, posted a statement without naming names at all. The timing said enough. Kim basically said there's a difference between singing a song and truly embodying it. She talked about authenticity, about how that's what makes music last, and made it clear she's proud to be the original voice behind it. Then the post disappeared, which somehow made it even louder. So yes, JoJo Siwa can rebrand, rename, reset, and step into a new era. But the past keeps sneaking back into the conversation. The covers, the controversies, the old image, it all follows her into every new chapter, and honestly, a lot of you are probably feeling the same way. That mix of curiosity, concern, and side-eye is very real. So let me ask you this. Do you actually believe this relationship is going to make it all the way to 2032? Or does this feel like another intense chapter that's going to end before anyone's ready to admit it? Because the way everything is lining up right now, this story does not feel finished at all. Not even close. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you on the next one.